you get it? You said no? I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know where that's at. I know, I'm looking. Huh? Oh, that one. I know how to get a boy. I got. Oh shit, I'm probably good. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Oh no, I kept taking my shit on the chicken. Alright, where'd you go?
Hi, baby.
Did you keep on safe?
Boy.
That's this nigga turn? Huh? That was the right. I turned around now. I see you. Yeah, somebody to the left.
Oh. Right here.
This is so fast.
Oh. Week 18.
You fat? Oh shit, I'm gonna be fat. My bad.
Week 18. I wanted to do a special advance because I wanted guys to see like the games that matter did get played. The games that didn't matter, those that are just looking for draft picks, draft position and things, didn't matter. The wins that had to go to the teams that got the forced wins absolutely happened. And the game we was waiting on was the Bengals and the Browns. And shout out to Anton for playing all his games down the stretch. Although he took the team over with the last like 5 games left in the season. He comes in and do some interim coaching and gets an understanding, I guess, on what type of team he's going to have going into the future, into the off season. They will have a good draft pick in each round, and they're going to better do some things over there. They already got a really good team over there. It was just an unmanned team, man. I will say the coach before Anton did a pretty solid job of putting this team together. So I think the Bengals are going to be a problem, coming down the stretch. Once they get their class in. We saw it with the Bills last year. We saw it with the Panthers take their strides to becoming, a better winning team in the league. You're going to see exactly that with the Bengals as well, which should make for some interesting football going down the stretch. The Patriots took care of their job. They won 34-17. That solidified them the AFC East. Broncos will get the first one over the Chiefs. Lions, Falcons didn't matter. Steelers gets the first one over the Seahawks for draft position, and then the Bills over the Jets. So the Bills will win. They'll be a 6-loss team. So I think they'll stay where they're seated at. Let's check the seeding out right now. and where we at before advance right now. So as you can see on both sides, here we go. Ravens and Cardinals are the #1 teams on their respective sides. The Ravens and the Dolphins played a really crazy game. The Dolphins blew it. We'll talk about that. But they still have a shot to get in the playoffs. The lightning bolts, man. Those Chargers. They are the #2 seed right now. They will be facing the 7th seed, the Miami Dolphins. The #3 team, Jaguars, lost to that #2 seed Chargers at Week 18, and they will be lined up to face the AFC East second best team in that division right now, which is the Buffalo Bills and Coach Hoodie. Nano wins the division, the AFC East. I think this is his 3rd time winning it. Has the 4th seed, and he'll be matched up against Jimbo, who's the 5th seed. I don't think Chargers and the Broncos will change. I think they both won out. The game we was waiting on was the Jaguars and the Chargers. If the Jaguars could have pulled that dub off, it could have made things interesting when we switched. Now the Dolphins are in the playoffs right now, and they just took a big loss to the Ravens, a game that they had locked up and won. This the type of game that they lost tonight is the type that they get a coach fired. Bottom line. Bad coaching down the stretch. They played really good football. They deserved to win. Their defense stepped up at the right time. Their offense stepped up at the right time. And then they lost their fucking minds. And in the process of losing their fucking minds, they lost the fucking game. We're going to talk about that game. We're going to talk about a couple of these games that was played that was big before I advance. Advance is going to be special because we're going to find out right now we have something that probably never happened. I've never seen this happen in the league. I've never seen it happen in real life. The NFC East, we kept telling y'all that's our best division. 4 teams will be playing in a wild card round. The NFC East. I mean, Snake got it right. NFC Beast. The Giants have the 2 seed. The Washington football team has the 7 seed. Both of those teams won their Week 18 games. I don't think too much has changed there. The Eagles are the 6th seed. They will be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Cowboys are the 5th seed. They will be taking on the Chicago Bears in a rematch game, a controversial game last year in the playoffs in the wild card. So this thing is going to get interesting right now. We have 4 NFC East teams in the playoffs. Now, what does that say about the East? I mean, the East, or what does that say about the NFC? It's like if I was to have this conversation, do I talk about the NFC East and how great that division is, or do I kind of talk about the NFC conference as a whole and ask how does this happen? I think we had some teams up and coming, some moving pieces, some things going on where I can almost give the conference a break and really just talk about how good the NFC East is, man. These guys all played meaningful football. They play very good football. They show signs of dominance. They show signs of weakness. They show a strong 18-week season. I mean, they show strength throughout the entire. They all had stories to tell. All of them are sitting in the playoffs right now. All of them will be playing in the postseason. All of them are in the wild card round. All of them but one will be on the road. Can any of those road warriors play? Spoiler. I don't think you could really put this together and like really fathom how like crazy that is. Like 4 teams from the same division. I've seen 3 teams get in all the time, but 4, we're talking about 4 teams in the same division makes the playoffs. Either they just was balling out of control, or we have a little lopsided NFC conference right now. I don't think the NFC conference is lopsided. I think the NFC conference has gotten better. It's gotten better, but we've lost some activity this season from guys, which will result into some of them being new coaches. We do have a coach alert. We did talk about the Saints firing their head coach. I doubt he'll get on and tell us who the coach is it Chip Kelly or Jim Harbaugh, or if it's somebody we don't have no idea who it's going to be. He went through some controversy yesterday with the commissioner of the league, so he probably ain't beat the talk right now. He feel like he got robbed on a 4th and 3 that he should have went for in a game that had 7 minutes and 46 seconds on the play clock. That's the beginning of the 4th quarter. How many teams just don't go for it in the beginning of the 4th quarter on a 4th and 3, fellas? Anybody want to share a light on that? Part of me understood what he was saying, but the argument is this: rules are rules. 4th and 8 ain't no different than 4th and 3. If you're not across the 40, if it's not 4 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, if you're not down 2 scores, if you're not at the 2-minute mark, anything 4th and 3 or more, you have to punt the ball. It's just that simple. But the argument was, this is for my playoff life. I should be able to make that decision myself there. I get that, and as much as I, would be the guy to be like, you know what, I hear you, but what would that have done if I said, yeah, now you can go for it? What Pandora's box would that have opened up? That would have opened up Pandora's box for anybody to do it, So it sucks, man. I get it. Rely on your defense. 3rd and 16. They got to get that Washington football team off the field. Bottom line. Some meaningful games was week 18, man. What I want to talk to is the users of my league. I appreciate all y'all. I'm gonna tell you why. I've never seen the competition in any league I've played in since Madden 17 when I started, playing 32 team season leagues and shit. I've never seen this type of shit go on in my life, ever. You got the guys that, you got GOATs stepping up, guys that are the top dogs stepping up even more because of the competition in the league is forcing them to have to stay on their game and get better, man. There's not too many weak spots in the league. Now, if you run a league, you're not going to have 32 active season 5 past week 12, period. The more losses some guys get, the less their energy is, and it just happens like that. Somebody might get busy, work might pick up, somebody, things happen, so you're not going to get all 32 teams playing, but the fact that we have the majority of the league focused, locked in, and really, really balling their asses off right now is a testament to, the 32 guys in the league. Simple as that. You guys are the reason why Madden franchise Junkie brand is chipping at the end of the day. I want to, throw the flowers at y'all. I don't know too many other leagues, and I'm not going, I don't know. There's millions of leagues out there. I don't know too many of them that run from this to this actively, well past, late summertime, where we just lock the fuck in and just play every day. Where the league is just chipping, and you can't. I don't care. We could be. I could be arrogant. I could say, "Oh, it's all me." Nope. It's the users. The users are the reason why the league is that way it is, and that's why, as a commissioner, I do some of the things I do, like far as y'all watch the podcast show, I give out gifts and things like that. A lot of it is strategy. A lot of it is to keep the guys that can't build as well keeping up, and all you got to do is watch the show. You can keep up with some things, you can get some things done, but a lot of that's just me showing y'all my appreciation, like y'all wow, man, and for me to have a league that's like this, for us to have a league that's like this, and we talk shit, we get in fights, we like a family. Like, this shit really is really what I always dreamed for it to be, which is like a reality show a little bit. Like, if I could tell Mad Franchise Junkie story live, I think it would be a hit. I think people will really tune in and pay attention to what we go through. If we could find a way, well, and it's not if, it's when, because it's already here. It's just we just haven't got to that part yet. But when that happens, I think being able to bring this to the entire YouTube masses, and whoever enjoys Madden, they get to see this side of Madden, it's going to change. I think if we can You know, our league is at the point now that if the guys from EA seen the shit we doing right now, they would change the way they attack franchise mode. I really think that, and I think that's because of the guys that we got in our league. Diehards. And y'all go hard, man. So shout out to every last one of y'all, all 31 of y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. It hasn't been a season since year one where it didn't come down to week 18. And again, I mean, just look at the NFC picture. Just look at it. NFC East, New York Giants. NFC East, Washington Football Team. NFC East, Philadelphia Eagles. NFC East, Dallas Cowboys. Let's take a look back to that. How far has Snake come from just being a great GM and trading his ass off and putting teams together to winning ball games? That means something right now. Look at Rob in the short. Like, you got Rob, who hasn't been around us long at all. Like, he came in the last end of real draft last year, and is competing to the point where he's a playoff team, or is always going to be mentioned as a guy that can make the playoffs. Like, these are the growth of guys that's coming in and buying into what we doing over here and understand the system of what we doing over here, and they get in and fit in and then find their way. You know what I mean? So shout out to Rob. Shout out to Hitter. Been my commissioner, my second, to Falk pretty much, right? Always on deck, always here. I could count on him all the time for anything, man. This guy, he goes up and down. He's a do it his way guy, right? I had a long talk with the guy today over, playing a video game, and it's just like, his attitude is, I'm gonna do it my way. Well, he's the 7th seed, bro. He got himself back in the playoff. He said, I don't care, 7th seed, 5th seed, 6th seed, I'm in this bitch, and y'all can't count me out in this NFC East race right now. Y'all better look at me. I've won meaningful games over here. And then you look at Max, who, I mean, outside of a couple of other guys that just came in the league, he's one of those guys that came in and became a top tier player right away. Where he can damn near overcome anything right now. Like the NFC at this point right now, the NFC is the better conference right now. But we busting moves over here in this AFC right now. Things is happening. You got guys hoodie stepping up. And if you think the Cincinnati Bengals coach that we have right now ain't a guy that's going to be in the playoffs, and look at Junior. Look at the Steelers coach comes in, and outside of the 2 games he gave up, as far as forced wins he had to give up because he had shit going on, he's won every game. I mean, young Camden made himself, a playoff guy fast. These guys are just coming in the league, haven't been under us for a year yet, and you got to count them guys in when you start talking about top 10, top 15. You're looking at the playoff picture right here. Any one of these teams can be in that top 10, that top 15. Every season, though. Like, that's crazy. Then you got guys that's not in this playoff picture. Irish Mike Tillman, who's, right now, when I hit advance on this bitch, we ready to find out who's in. Did the Browns do enough? Did they beat the Dolphins? They beat the Colts. They convincingly beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Are they going to get in? Or did the Dolphins, beat so many different playoff teams all year? Did that strength of schedule put them in the playoffs? Or did the Colts slide in that bitch by doing what he had to do? Win that one game he had to win at the end to keep himself relevant. I mean, we know the NFC picture is what it is right now, but that 7th seed is either going to look the same what we're looking at right now, or is going to change right now. Let's talk about how we got to this point for a second. All right, so the football team took care of business, 35-23. They locked themselves in the playoffs. The Giants took care of business. They locked themselves into the 2 seed. Now, this Ravens-Dolphins game was crazy. The Dolphins had this game won, man. Bottom line, they had this game won. Their defense stepped up. They went down and got a score on 4th and 6 to go up 27-24. They got the stop. They got 2 sacks back-to-back and then a 4th down stop. Literally, all they had to do was run the clock out, kick a field goal, and their coach went in retard mode. I mean, Rob, the coach gets fired for shit like this. If he don't make the playoffs, are we still looking at the same Dolphins coach? To come out with under a minute left and throw the ball off of a turnover and you're already on your side of the field and throw the ball the rest of the time. I mean, I didn't burn one time out, bro.
Yeah, that's arrogance.
Throw the ball and throw a pick six for a touchdown and lose the game, bro. I mean, do the owner, you know, crucify him for that, or he say, you know what, you know, he was arrogant, that's it, or do they say, you know what, that shit cost a motherfucker a job, bro?
They really do. In most cases, I mean, I don't know how long your winning record can get you out of that, because you don't do that. Like, that's, it's one thing to see if you running, like, if you call timeouts, whatever. That's another thing to be trying to, like, add insult to injury.
I'm gonna be real. I thought he played such a good game. Once them 2 sacks happened and then that 4th down stop happened, I was not call. I wasn't gonna burn the timeout. I was gonna let him win. You won the game, bro. You earned that shit. And then he threw the first bomb. I'm like, is this nigga crazy? Then he got a 1st down passing the ball. Then he got another one throwing a drag passing the ball. And then I said, you know what? Let me give him the same look I always give him when he want to throw a quick drag, and I'm going to take that shit right away from him. He better not throw it. And he did exactly that. Threw it. Pick 6 to the crib. Ray Lewis' son. The murderer. To the crib. I mean, after a game like that, do they belong in the playoffs?
Honestly, shit. I don't think so.
We great find out some things right now. So guys like the Browns will say, well, I beat the Colts, I beat the Dolphins, we all got the same record, but I should have the tiebreaker because I beat these guys. We great show y'all how fucking Madden is crazy, and you never know. When we think we know, oh, I got more division wins, oh, I got more conference wins, oh, I got more home field wins. When you think that, oh, I beat him head up, when you think that's the case, it's never the case, and it's usually who won last is the team that get in, and I've been seeing that a lot. So let's see if the theory's right, and we make sure everything's where it needs to be at. Everybody that did win, bang, that's where it believes, that's where it belongs, that's where it belongs, that's where it belongs. Away for the Broncos, away for the Cowboys. Make sure these playoff teams are straight. Alright, we good. So make sure one more time. Wait for the Cowboys, wait for the Broncos, rest of these teams wasn't playoff teams. Alright, let's go. And let's see what happens here, man. First time I did a show where I'm actually going to show the advance. Let me make sure injuries is off. You know, guys, we got a couple of commissioners in here that'll throw them on in the big game real fast. They ain't been on all year because I forget to put them on and shit. But somebody be going in there turning them shits on when it pleases them. Alright, that shit off. We're good. Alright, here we go. And the force advance is on. We know we sitting the fuck home right now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's look at this bracket. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The Dolphins is in. That's torture, bro. Oh my God.
Wow.
I told you can't never go off of Madden and what you like. You can't go off of what happens in real life, how they really see these guys. I don't know what happened. Like, to me, I think the strength of schedule is the reason why the Dolphins are still in. We gotta really try to break this down for a second. Let's get to this for a second. How? I mean, how? The Browns beat them. They got robbed. He beat them head up.
The Browns just got robbed. Oh my God, the Browns just got robbed. Wow. Hey, Rob.
What's that?
Hey, Rob.
I play you?
Yeah, hey, Rob.
All right, so look, before we get to that, let's go down here for a second, and let's really sit here and see what happened. All right. Let's get back to the regular season for a second. We got a lot more to talk about today, man. I'm glad Max woke his ass up. Let's go. Let's get it. All right, so if you look through it, They took the
got
Browns
hit
started off. The Browns started off with 2 losses. Now they lost to the Colts, and this is why I don't understand how this could be. So this is what we're going to do. They lost to the Colts. All right, lost to the Ravens. Then they went on a 3-game winning streak. Then they went on a 5-game losing streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then didn't lose another game since then. Right. So when you look at wins coming down the stretch, you know they play really good football. So how now in those wins coming down the stretch, the big game when you keep coming on down here was week 16. They beat the Dolphins 38-26. That head-to-head with the same record should have got them in if this was real life, right? But I'm telling y'all, every time we think we know what Madden want, we're wrong. We don't know what fucking Madden wants. So I would go off of points scored, maybe.
Ooh.
How do a team that lost week 18 get in? Are they the last team that, the last team that went from 6 losses to 7, while the other 2 already had 7 losses? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way to really change this. What changes between the Philadelphia? Why did the Philadelphia Eagles go to the 7th seed and the Washington football team drop down to the 6th seed? They had the same record and they split, I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all our shows identical. I mean, like identical.
Everything
the road
was
losses,
identical.
the
We
road
already
wins,
went through it. Yeah, everything
wins,
was
all that shit,
identical.
like.
But the thing is,
This is what I'm going to look at. I'm going to show you what the fuck the
even
problem
Hitter
is.
finished with less points. And
That's what you're going to have to look at. You're going to have to look at the points.
He finished with less. He finished with less, which means, and Rob played better defense.
So then what is the game looking at? So look, let's go to the NFC East first. Let's go there. Let's go to the NFC East. Why did Rob finish go from 6th seed to 7th seed? And he was who won y'all last matchup? Eagles versus Washington.
He won the last one. He won the last one.
I think that's the reason why you're the 7th seed and not you're the 4th seed in this division and not the 3rd seed in this division. He won the last matchup, right? But then it doesn't say the same thing for the Dolphins and the Broncos. So when you look at the Dolphins and the Browns, I mean, are we going to have to look at AFC wins, points scored?
Let me just check the AFC wins. Maybe that's just the easy.
Oh my goodness.
Think about it.
Hold on. I'm with you. They both had the same amount of division wins.
Just look just follow me. Just follow me through the AFC standings right now. The number 2 team in the league, the number 1 seed is the Ravens. The number 2 seed is the Chargers. Peep game. The number 6 seed or the 5th seed is the Broncos, right? The Jaguars are the number 3 seed. The Patriots are the number 4 seed. The Bills are the number 6. Why is the Browns over top of the the Dolphins, but yet the Dolphins still got in? You got to answer that question. I mean, that's a hard.
AFC wins. The Dolphins have 6. The Browns have 7. I think that's it. Because they're not in the same. They're not in the same division, so that wouldn't matter. Like their divisional breakdown, you would just go whole AFC, and the Dolphins have 6 AFC wins. The Browns have 7. Whereas Hitta and Rob shit, they were tied across the board and all that other sub shit. So they probably took the last.
So I'm gonna go back to saying this. Pay attention a little bit. I'm gonna go back to saying this, but then this theory won't work when it comes down to the NFC East. I've played in games in week 17 from week 13 on where, you blowing the team out and you hear the commentator say, when you really shouldn't be blowing them out anymore, you should be kind of, taking a knee, chilling out. They say, I think this team is looking for playoff position by scoring points right now, right? So in their situation, the Dolphins scored 626 points to the Browns 535. Does that get them in? I mean, the Browns is on a 7-game winning streak. How do they? And then they beat the Dolphins head to head. How does it? I don't think we'll ever be able to explain it. I don't even think EA will be able to tell us what the fuck's going on.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. The Dolphins have the Browns have more divisional wins, more AFC wins. I don't see how they the same amount of home wins. I don't get it. Same win percentage, of course. I don't fucking know. Because that same logic about offense scoring more, hitters scored less than Rob.
Right, that's what I said. It don't work. All I can say is the last time they met up, the Eagles lost that game.
But the last time the Browns met up with the Dolphins
But they're
lost
not
that
in the
game.
same division. You see, like you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They're not in the same
That's why,
division.
like, yeah.
So to me, they going off a point scored, bro.
Get the fuck.
To me, they going off a point score. I mean, everything says the Browns supposed to be in the playoffs. If you look at all the teams that's in the playoffs, the Browns are the number 6 team in here right now. Like if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Browns are the 7th seed right now. If you look at the top teams in the AFC, but yet the Dolphins are in the playoffs. 6-26. Is it the way they lost? You know, they only lost by how they lost. They only lost by a couple points. What, 4 points? Is that it? I mean, the Browns did everything they were supposed to do. They went out and blew. They put up 41 on the Cincinnati Bengals. Not like they barely won or squeaked by winning. They convincingly won and showed they was on a 7-game winning streak. How does this team get robbed from the playoffs?
I just don't see it.
I don't know how, but I mean I gotta say congratulations. You snuck your way into the playoffs, Hussein. And I do think the Dolphins is a dangerous team in the playoffs. But I would have really liked to see that. I thought the Browns played so good down the stretch. I think they earned that playoff spot. I would have, not hating on Hussein and nothing. I would have loved to see Mike get in there as well on a 2-game winning streak at the end too. He did, he did what he had to do, and if it comes down to it, look, bottom line, is what it comes down to. With the Browns, I don't have an excuse for you, buddy. You did everything you're supposed to do. Won the big game you're supposed to win. Won both the big games you're supposed to win, and Mad hosed you. But when it comes down to the coach, your problem is this: you cannot keep going seasons in and season out, getting swept by the Jaguars. The moment you split with the Jaguars, you're in the playoffs. That's it. All it took was a split with the Jaguars. A split with the Jaguars would have this team 11-6 right now.
So I ain't gonna lie. I looked up some stuff. Strength of schedule is included. Strength of victory is included.
Yep, that's what I said. How you win a game? That's what it comes down to. I mean, they lost on a pick 6 and only lost by 4. The Dolphins did, but the Browns just put up 41-17 on the Browns. On the Cincinnati Bengals. But the Cincinnati Bengals are picking in the top 5. So he played the number 1 team and only lost by 4. So maybe if I'd have blew him out, it's a different story, right?
This is crazy.
That's
wow.
crazy, bro. That's crazy. Now let's look at the NFC, and everything's written. 4 NFC East teams are in the playoffs right now. Now, how, when you go back to the playoff picture, how the hell did
I gotta
the
take
Eagles,
a picture of this on my PlayStation.
how the hell did the Eagles go from 6 to 7? They ain't do nothing wrong. They won their last game, 2 games. What the fuck did they do wrong to drop? Usually, when you winning and you play somewhere, if you don't lose, you shouldn't get moved.
Rob, were you 4th seed last year or were you 3rd seed last year when the year started? Were you 4th or 3rd seed?
Probably 3rd. Yeah, I was 3rd. Yeah. 3rd.
You was 3rd? Okay.
I never finished 4th. Yep.
Well then, I don't even know because you have the strength of schedule.
Well, this the best 4th seed you ever had. I ain't mad at finishing 4th if I'm sitting in the playoffs at the 7th seed right now.
Yeah.
No. I meant just this past year, like when the schedule. Yeah, the schedule. Yeah.
Place yet.
So you got a 3rd place schedule this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so I don't know that
because
that
4th place schedule.
But he had a 4th place schedule. Only thing I can see,
had strength of schedule, yeah, and it depends on your
thing
victories.
I can see in this situation is victories. But I think they won. Hitter won the last matchup. I think that's why he dropped. He went to the 6th seed. He won the last matchup in their game, in their matchups. Because nothing else screams why he should have went from 7 to 6 at all. All right. Well, nothing we could do about it besides play the games, right? And that's why I showed the broadcast. That's why I showed me advance. I wanted to show that, and let guys see that Madden be on some fuck shit all the time. All right, so here's our matchups now. The New York Giants will be taking on the Philadelphia Eagles for the 3rd time this year. If I'm correct. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be hosting the Washington football team for the first time this year. The Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys will have the hottest game of the wild card because of what happened last year.
Dancing, dancing, dancing.
What's going
Bears,
on?
boy, oh my God.
Tell me what I
Bears,
done to
boy.
you to make you feel this way. I want my revenge game. What's going on? Cowboys, Bears, boy. Oh my God. So then you come over here and we talk about it right now. Chargers, Dolphins.
I like that matchup.
This matchup, and the more I look at it, the more I'm looking at it as this is the matchup we wanna spotlight. You know what I'm saying? It's the game. This the big game right here to me. I think it is. I think it is right now.
3, 3, 3. Flashing. 3, 3, 3. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Nah, but other than that, I ain't gonna lie. 3 and 6 might be actually the game for real. Because I like how the Bills came this season.
I mean, I like this matchup too.
I think it's a good test for the Jags.
It's a lot of conversation in this game though. In this game, there's a lot of what ifs. What happens if this happens? What's going on? Like the one thing for the Jaguars is ETN gonna have a day? That's simple as that. Everything starts there. Can Trevor Lawrence make a couple of plays that's going to be needed in the playoffs to be able to beat the Bills? Is the Bills ready? Is the Bills ready to pull an upset in the playoffs right now after just taking on this team last year at the end of the year pretty much and having one draft class under his belt? Is he ready to go into Duval and upset the Jaguars? Because that's exactly what this will be, an upset.
With the revived Josh Allen, does he have the beat back entirely? Like how this is interesting to see, man. Oh, gosh, can the rookie step up and be a big time player?
The Broncos and Coach Jimbo
defense
made Nano hop off the headsets early a couple of weeks ago. How about this matchup?
I smell revenge in the oven.
I smell it in the air. Oh my God, I smell it in the air. I mean, over here it comes down to can the football team do the unexpected? Simple as that. Can they do the unexpected? Can they go into Tampa Bay? Can Tampa Bay will Tampa Bay overlook the football team? That's the question.
You want my
No,
answer?
sir.
He says.
I mean, at the end of the day, football team is the underdog in this game. I don't think the bookies will pick the football team over the Bucks right now. Can they go in there and do?
All across the board on Sunday.
Can they go in there and do the unexpected?
Do you have heart? Take your time, young man.
He said, "We the Browns gonna go cry in the car." That nigga about to go cry in the car. Oh my God, I feel you, bro. That shit's fucked up.
I feel that nigga too.
Yeah, I would feel sick. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel his pain, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Highway robbery.
7-game winning streak. He did everything he was supposed to do, Max.
Highway robbery. 7-game winning streak. Honestly, I wouldn't even know what to tell my players. I wouldn't even know what to tell them. Like 7 games and you finish 10-7. Like understand
And
what
the
that
team
looks like.
that you beat is in the playoffs over you right now.
Yeah. I don't know what I tell my guys. Honestly, truth be told, there's really nothing to tell them. That's the most sick part about it.
I mean, the real coach going to tell them, look, man, we got to win 11 games, not 10. It's that simple, right? That's what you tell them, man. Now, I mean, pack y'all shit up, and let's really build off of what we did this year, and try to flip things and make sure this doesn't happen again. But that's a long off season to be sitting here thinking about. Wait a minute, we had 7 conference wins. We don't want to his 6. We beat them motherfuckers head up. We finished in front of them in the AFC rankings. The only thing they did was score more points than us.
Shit like that, I have you come back next season and try to start off fire, cause like you mad as hell still. Like I would still be mad when it comes around to week 1.
I mean, you keep that team together, add a couple more pieces to it. Do they come back hungry?
Hell yeah.
They come back with a chip on their shoulder?
And I definitely, you do. And then I honestly feel like you have you got the blueprint. You finished your last 7 games undefeated. So like you got the blueprint. Whatever wasn't working before.
I mean, if you're gonna get shitted on and the Madden guys don't put you in the playoffs, you do want to go out that way. Look, man, we won 7 straight. You know, we won big games. We did the things we had to do. Let's just build off of that. The problem is you got a whole off season to sit here and chill until you get back at it to better. You know what I mean? You got to keep these guys. If I'm the coach, I'm sending text messages every night until football start again.
Yep.
Remember this feeling. That's my text every year, every night to my entire team. Mass text. Remember this feeling. Coaches, owners,
every
players.
Time a game is on too.
Remember
every
this
time a playoff game is on, I'm definitely sending that text out. Like, yep, y'all should be there.
Remember this feeling. That's what I'm screaming. Remember this feeling. You don't want to get hosed. Don't allow the hosers to, You
gotta take it out of Madden's fate. We always say this though. You cannot leave it up to Madden. There's no way you can leave it up to Madden. Like you can't do it.
All right, so let's talk about it right now, man. The Giants and the Eagles match up for the 3rd time this year. We're gonna see a healthy 3 games played here. Let's go look at what the first 2 games look like between these 2 teams.
Those games came on there's like 7 or 8 points. Let's get it.
All right, let's look at the Eagles' path to the playoffs right now. They start off, they go take on the Panthers, get that dub, lose to the Broncos, they win in Detroit, they lose to the Bears, they win next 3 games. All teams that didn't make the playoffs, Vikings, Chiefs, Packers. Come off that bye, gets the football team 38-28, lose to the Giants 27-35. Gets the Jets, lose to the Cowboys, lose to the Chargers, lose to the football team, lose to the Giants again, 31-24. Now, we're going to stay there. They go on a 4-game losing streak. They actually lose 5 out of their last 6 games up until that point, until week 15, right? Now, let's look at this, though. 35-27 was the ball game in New York. 35-27. Remember that score. That was the ball game in New York. And then the ball game in Philly was 31-24. Dogfight, right? Both games came down to the wire. Dogfight right now. If I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, we lost twice to this Giants team. I think the Giants come into this game confident. We beat this team twice. But I think they should, come into this game, we beat this team twice. We should have that on our side. The Eagles got to come in and beat us because we've done our job twice. Let's get it a 3rd time right now. But the Eagles got to come into this game, and their conversation to their team is, finish. I mean, 1 possession games. Finish. What do we do to change that 1 possession loss into a 1 possession win? What can we do? Can we go back and watch these games? Can we go back and we sit these are the games we're going to watch. We don't have no other team to worry about right now in front of us but the New York Giants right now. We're going to put on this tape. We're going to break down what happened in those 2 games for us to lose by 2 scores in 2 games. And how do we flip that around where we're not on the losing end, but we can still come out because you did great things in these games to keep this game as close as you did. How do you finish? So to me, the Philadelphia Eagles got to finish right now. They get to go right back to familiar territory where they know each other. They played each other twice already this year. This is the 3rd time. Playoffs is the different monster right now. So you still got to come into it. It's 0-0. That record don't matter anymore. But you still got to build off of where you was at in those games to be able to finish. Simple as that. Comes down to finishing right now. The Giants want to take care of business. Again, look, just take care of business. Whatever we do, we want to take care of business right now. We want to continue to build off of what we started to do from week 13 on right now, which is, involve 3 backs in our backfield, and give Elijah a little bit help from the backfield, but continue to play the way we've been playing right now. He said, "Nah, fam, if I'm bro, I'm sick as fuck." God damn right, man. You talking about the Browns, right? Yeah, nah, for real, bro, for real. I mean, you were like, and it sucks because that's what it comes down to. You worked your ass off all year, bro. Like, this is not like, he worked his ass off. If he didn't play the game, it's because his opponent didn't show, not him. He played every game, bro. When you go on losing streaks and you still rocking and you ain't tap out, none of that shit. Yeah, I don't want to keep coming back talking about it because that shit making me sick, bro. Like, god damn, my bad, bro. I ain't do my job, man. Dolphins came to play. They wasn't trying to get knocked out of the playoffs, my boy. I couldn't get them by double digits. Not today. Not today. Not how the day was going. Craig, how does Cousin Rob go into New York and upset this New York Giants team? Because that's what this game would be, an upset. What do they got to do, man? What the hell do they got to do to get in there and go? I mean, they've beaten the Giants before. They've had dogfights with the Giants before. They got to come in and believe that they can win this ball game. They got to come in and believe we belong here. They can't let the drop from 6 seed to 7 seed fuck with their heads. They got to come in and believe we belong in this game. How do you convince? Can't hear you. I ain't meet you. I don't know where you went.
Y'all can't hear me?
Now we can.
Nah, I can.
I ain't mute you.
I don't
You
know.
muted yourself.
For real, I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I did. But nah, Rob, he just got to be confident, man. Play within himself. Don't overthink the game. You know your opponent. It's gonna be interesting to see what the weather's gonna be in that game.
You already know. Blizzard, baby! We in MetLife!
So to me, Rob, that plays into your strength. Yeah, I mean, with his running back situation. So man, do what you gotta do, man. Don't overplay the game. He studies the game as well. So there's some things in there that that you worked on. Listen, that you got in your back pocket.
I'm the Eagles. I'm coaching my DBs up this game, and I'm telling them, fuck that run game. We shutting that pass game down. Fuck his run game. Make him show us he can run the ball and beat us. Simple as that. Fuck that run game. Simple as that. We want to force these motherfuckers into making mistakes in the passing game because they throwing the ball too fucking much. And when they try to run, we want, make them until they can run the ball and show that they can run successful. I'm not worrying about the run.
Facts.
And on the flip side of that, if you're the Giants, you want to try to establish a run game.
The farewell 2-6.
To be honest with you, if you ask Elijah Manning, he like, man, fuck that. Let me throw the ball 40 times a game. I think that's really their success to winning the game.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, Elijah Manning cocky as hell. He one of those quarterbacks that say shit like, you know what? Everybody talk about running the ball in the playoffs, man. I'm that guy. I could throw the ball 32 times and we good. We out of here. I'm going right to the next round. And what type of coach does this coach? What type of coach is this? The type of coach that has this in him? I traded my running back. I traded my golden ticket. I traded my guy that put fear in other guys. Simple as that. I traded the guy that you had to fucking worry about 9 out of 10 times. And I did it because I said my quarterback is that guy. Is this coach arrogant enough to come into the game and allow his quarterback to win him the game? What do you think, Craig?
Hell yeah. That's a dumb question. Yeah, I mean, I think he
Hell
is,
no, I
and
think
that
that
Eric.
motherfucker running the ball 25, 30 times
No,
in that game, bro.
I don't think so. I think
What do you do?
if the run isn't successful in the beginning, I don't believe the coach will use it that much.
What do you
I
do?
mean, to be honest with you,
I mean,
that's my
your
personal
quarterback
opinion
gonna
on
want the
it.
big dollars. It's the game to prove it right now. Is he really that guy? Is he really elite? Is he the guy? You moved on from the guy that really was your team leader? Is this quarterback the guy? Can he get his
That
Kyler Murray on? Can he get his Justin Herbert on? Simple as that. Because to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna say Kyler Murray. Can he get his Justin Herbert on? Because that's the only quarterback we know that's coming into the playoffs and they don't give a fuck slinging that shit. Is you that nigga? Is you the best? You the best gunslinger in the league, or you the motherfucking you know what I mean? Nah, I talk that shit though, but when it come down to the come down, I'm giving 30 carries.
mm-mm.
And if I'm the Eagles, I'm telling you, I dare you, DK Metcalf me if you want to, John Ross me if you want to, I dare you. That's what I'm saying if I'm the Eagles. But I know one thing, we stopping that pass, you gonna have to run the ball 30 times on us, motherfucker. That's how I'm coming if I'm coming in this game. Fuck that. We coming out dime, nickel, all types of shit. Matter of fact, motherfucking, we playing back. You gonna have to just nickel and diamonds up the field. And then when you gotta try to run the ball from the 20 going in, we gonna fuck your little dumbass running backs up that ain't ready. That's how I'm coming if I'm the Eagles. But we don't know. I don't know, man. I don't think Max is throwing the ball 30 times this game. I think he gonna run the fuck out of this football. He gonna play motherfucking safe football in the playoffs. I don't know, but I do know this. 24-31, Giants won. Go back up to week 10, 35-27, Giants won. These was dog fights. This wasn't no easy games. What happened in these games? Let's go look at the quarterback and see how Elijah Manning fared in these games. 112.9 QB rating, 308 yards, four touchdowns, two picks, 12 for 17. Yeah, like he wasn't flinging it. Motherfucking Watson threw the ball 21 times. He wasn't flinging that thing. He get that ball to them backs. Them backs touched the ball. Mixon had 15 of them things. Yeah. Elijah ain't ready. Is he ready? Is he really ready, coach? Is he really ready, coach? Let's go look at the 35-27 victory. No, I already showed that one. Oh, we out of there. We fuck out of there. I just seen week 10. We won the next game. Where that shit at? Here we go. 31-24. What did Elijah Manning do in this game? 152 QB rating. 16 for 20. He threw the ball 20 times, 80%. He threw it at a high percentage, too. 13.7 yards to play. Yes, he did. Oh, Lord. That's enough confidence to say, yes, he can. Two teats in that game. No picks. 274. What we going to see in this game, man? Hey, Craig, can Rob and the Philadelphia Eagles go into the Meadowlands and get the upset? Are we looking at a road team winning this ball game?
I'm a little bit biased with this, obviously, but I really do believe he can. Um, Especially with the weather playing in his favor. Um, but is the Giants gonna answer the bell? And I think they could. So it's man, when it's the visual games, you play a nigga 3 times in a row. It's about who won it more, man.
I ain't mad at you. I am not
It's who
mad
won
at
it
you.
more. Yeah, Rob's tired of being the underdog and tired of being the one that's looked over. And Maxie has to secure his dominance in that division. So it's gonna be an interesting game.
I ain't mad at you. The Chargers started off on fire. Aired the Raiders, aired the Cowboys, lost to the Giants. Saquon Barkley comes after that game, aired the Raiders, 43-42 shootout with the Bears. They aired the Dolphins, and I'm going to stop right there, 59-35 with Saquon Barkley. Let's look at their big playmakers in this game. 158.3. Is that a what? What's that? 158.3.
Perfect passing rating.
Oh my God. 433, 4 touchdowns, no picks. And Marino came in that game with a 108.6 rating, 427 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 picks. Was sacked 4 times as well in that game. Barkley had 22 carries in that game as well. Only 3.6 yards to carry, but that 22 carries, showed that they was balanced in this game. Is this the recipe for the Chargers? They got to come back and be on that same type of time, right?
Excellent.
So I ask you, with the Dolphins, let me ask you this. Their confidence should be somewhere, on a trillion right now, right? The fact that they got in, like right now, that should have breathed new life in them, right? So with that being said, them getting in right now, does this make the game dangerous for the number 2 seed? Can we see an upset here?
I think so. I mean, honestly, he won a lot of his big games this year, man. I mean, dropping the game to you at the end.
He lost that game. He didn't lose that. He lost that game. I mean, he didn't I didn't go out there and take that game from him. He lost that game.
Yeah,
bad coaching.
He won a lot. He won a lot of games this year, man. A lot.
When we was counting him out, we wasn't even looking at him as a playoff team at one point. Like, man, they tripping over there. I don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah, man. If he could put together a game like that, then it's in the playoffs anything possible. But I think the Chargers isn't going to overlook him. So we're gonna see. Interesting game.
The way the Dolphins play defense and the way the Chargers strike on offense, to me, I like the Chargers offense in this game. Because that Maple in the field area fucking play, the Dolphins don't throw in those areas. Not too much. He do, but not as much. Forcing everything to the middle of the field. Well, guess who's in the middle of the field? Bryce fucking Moss. Good luck with that. My thing is this: you haven't seen the Chargers in the playoffs with a strong running back in the playoffs. And that's where it gets a little scary for me a little bit. Like if I'm lining up for this game and I'm playing the Chargers right now, I don't care what I saw in the regular season. What I do know is this: he got a 2,000-yard running back in the backfield. Whether he had 2,000 for him or not, he has that type of running back in the backfield right now. That's a little scary. I don't think he has to come out of his body and do things like 32 carries for Saquon Barkley. I don't even think he has to come into this game and give him 22 carries. But what I do think is this: I think he has to give Saquon and make him a factor in this game, whether it's through the air or the ground. Saquon has to play a big part of this game right now. The Dolphins, even with Noonan East in the backfield, they really want to just throw the ball around the park. And what they want to do is they want to check you down. They want to get their running back involved in the passing game. They're gonna drag you there and cross and route you to death. Both these teams kind of have those switches at the same time. Both of these teams are a really base cover 3 team. Both these teams. They're more comfortable in cover 3, right? In my opinion, just playing both these teams, right? You got Bryce Moss, and Jermaine Pierre, right? And then you got Jalen Waddle and Dan Marino. Throwing to Jalen Waddle. That's how I look at it. I like Noonan East, but it's really the Waddle show over there. I don't know, man. This is a big time. All right, so what does the Dolphins have to do to win this game? I guess I asked that question. What do the Dolphins have to do to travel to Los Angeles as the 7th seed and pull off the dub?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Somehow slow down. He can't have a perfect passer rating game. I know that. He gonna have to try to create some turnovers, put some pressure on Herbert, protect the middle of the field. He's gonna have to put some shit together on defense because he can't score. But yeah. Good luck.
I mean, both these teams can score.
Yeah.
The Chargers.
That's the thing. I think whoever plays the best defense wins the game.
Yeah, I think we on the offensive side of the ball when we really need to be on the defensive side of the ball with this team.
Yeah, whoever plays the best defense, whoever can make them go to second, third options and take away the first couple, that's who's gonna win the game. Honestly, to me. Because if you can't stop Waddle's main thing, you really can't count yourself out the game. If you can't stop Bryce Moss, you really can't count yourself winning the game yet. Like until one of those things happen and they got to go next level, that's when the game gets like interesting.
Okay, Max, who you got in this game?
Chargers.
Got Chargers winning. How about you, Craig?
Chargers.
Chargers winning this game too. All right. So we got the Chargers winning this game 2-0 right now. I'm not gonna pick the game. I'm just gonna let y'all pick games and I'm gonna talk about them. All right. So let's get down here to the 3 versus 6 games. In the NFC, you got the football team. Let's Max talk a little bit about this football team.
I think we played this year, did we? Or no, was that last year?
I think that was last year.
Okay, that was last year. Okay.
Talk a little bit about this football team that the Bucs is gonna have to face this year in this playoff team.
We all know that they're a put together team as far as offensively and defensively. I think this year they're more of a confident team than they usually have been, which might catch the Bucs off guard. Defensively and offensively, I think that they're working more as a unit. So I feel like whether people are noticing or not, what I'm saying, I'm in their division, so it's something I noticed. And when you work well as a unit, you can fare up against teams that also work well as a unit, and the team works well just as well as the Bucs, what I'm saying, since they've been established in the game. These are two teams that have kept their core guys and then built around them. So I think they're going to actually get more of a similar team play than the Bucs actually are aware of. I don't think it's going to be a game about stardom. I think it's going to be who can play the best team ball, honestly. And the football team has kind of been doing that lately, as we see they're in the playoffs. They made their run around and shook the non-playoff thing they had going for however many years or whatever.
Losing 6-7 games down the stretch.
Yeah.
They took care of that this year.
Exactly. So I think they're just playing with a little bit more confidence, which can be deadly for any team. Any team that's in the playoffs with confidence, what I'm saying, no matter how they got it, is a scary team. Especially when you have fucking Chase Young and Montez Sweat screaming at you. And
I'm gonna tell you like this, Max. Want to hear the realest shit? Want to hear the realest shit I'm gonna ever say? You ready for this? Man, this fucking game come down to Dr. Doolittle and the offensive coordinator. That's it. Yeah. Comes down, because what you gonna get from the Bucs is a system offense that's one of the most potent offenses in the league. With a defense that can, to me, I think the defense can play well against the Bucs when it comes down in the run. And they match up weapons-wise, because the one thing the football team has is speed everywhere, right? So I think they can match up and do some things. But it comes down to this. That Bucs defense is special at every fucking position. Mm-hmm. And Doolittle has to be he can't have a 4-interception game, a 3-interception. He almost got to come and play out of his body. And that has to go with the offensive coordinator. I think if the offensive coordinator can mix a strong balance of running the ball and kind of doing what they've been doing, at the end of the season, how they've been doing a little bit of everything, right? And don't get one-sided. Don't start throwing the ball too much. Get your running backs involved in the run and the passing game, and be able to match the Bucs. If the Bucs score, you got to be able to be like, all right, we cool, and go put a 12-play drive together. Same way. Boop, we score. What's up? That's answer.
How many points do you feel like is safe to establish the football team defense, where you look at them and you be like, all right, now what the fuck? We put up X amount of points. What's that number?
I'm gonna say this. It starts with stopping Ronald Jones. If they can have Ronald Jones, see, this is my thing. The Bucs can score in 2 plays, 1 play, or 12 plays.
13 plays.
Or 30. So, but my thing is this. If you can frustrate the Bucs offense in a way of, fuck, bro, it's 4th and fucking 3. I'm going for it. Fuck that. I ain't kicking no field goal. If you can frustrate them that way, then I think the football team is in a good situation. As long as their offensive coordinator and their quarterback is on the same page. Because you got linebackers that fly. So even though they got the speed at running back, they got a guy that can hit the home run from anywhere on the field. And I don't care what type of speed you got on your defense, this guy can hit the home run. The problem is he's going to be asked to hit the home run in a game he's never played in this magnitude before.
Mm-hmm.
But then they got the big back that's still that's still over there with an X factor that can control the line of scrimmage and the offensive line. Like that, if you really look at these two teams, both of them got great offensive lines. Both of them have great backfields. The
That's what
difference
I was
is
saying. These are two teams that came, with their guys and then added stuff to put them in a
right.
scary situation.
I just think the Bucks is the better running team because they're the better runner. They're the better play calling runners, right? I mean, it comes down to this. Listen, I think when I think of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think of a system that I look at like this. Boy, I know what's coming. I know how it's going to come. I know what I got to stop, but I seem for whatever reason I can't stop it. And when I play it, it's all right. I did get that stop, and because I got that stop, let me make the last score, whether it was a 3 points or a touchdown. And that's how I see it myself when I play the Bucks. Can a football team match that power?
Mm-hmm. They have to. Can't be a hesitation offensively. Can't be a focusing too long on a certain play or a drive defensively. Like, you got to be short memory, fast memory, but also playing. Play at a high level. So when it gets down to the plays that need to be made, you can be in those situations. Because honestly, like you were saying, this team is matched up very well against each other. Like, these two teams are very much like.
This is what the football team got to overcome, in my opinion. Week 1, big game, Cowboys, loss. Packers, no playoff team, won. Bears, big game, loss. Bills, playoff team, won. A shootout, 52-49. Raiders, no playoff team, won. Vikings, no playoff team, won. Seahawks, no playoff team, won. Lions, no playoff team, won. Eagles, playoff team, lost. Chiefs, no playoff team, won. Giants, playoff team, number 2 seed, won. Right? 42-21. No, that was you. You beat him 42-21. Nah, he beat you 42-21. I thought y'all was like 22. Oh my God! I thought that first game was closer than that.
It was until I think I.
Oh, he aired.com'd you. Oh my God!
Yeah, I think I threw like 2 picks at the end and he scored.
But then he come off that bye and get aired.com right back by you. Then he goes into Philadelphia, wins a big game. But then I'm a little scared here. Chargers. This is football team, vintage football team. Chargers 52-17, Broncos 51-0, Cowboys 37-35 in that I got robbed game. They did enough during the regular season to be able to overcome those last 3 losses, right? And then win the last game against the Saints. My question is, you're playing a top tier team. Most of those teams that are, big time teams have beaten you. So can they beat a team like the Bucks caliber, a top 5 team? Are they ready this season to take on that type of team and go do the impossible, bro? Because I don't think, if I ask you right now, who you got winning this game, football team or the Bucks?
I got the Bucks.
Got the Bucks winning?
But I got the Bucks winning.
You got the Bucks winning big, or you just got them winning?
Two possessions. I won't say 10 points. 2 possessions.
My question is, how do you motivate your team knowing the entire world is picking you to lose this game?
I think that's the beauty of it right there, though.
Right there, it is. That's completely the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of it right there. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's already counting you out.
You don't have a trap game feeling it right there with that game.
When you said it like that,
you don't have a trap game right here. I got a fucking trap game right here. I'm not saying Washington gonna win. I just think this is a trap game.
It very well could be. Like as I was saying, like teams match up. You know what I'm saying? Like it very well could be just because the things that have happened this season.
I mean, if you really think about it, you could look about 3 or 4 games the football team played in where they got holes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When is it they're going to be their turn? You know what I'm saying? When do things fall their way? When does the Madden gods favor them?
Yeah, could be right now. They got to the playoffs. That could have been the clean slate that they needed.
All right, let's shoot over here to Jacksonville and Buffalo right now. I'm gonna just go right on a limb. Craig, who you got winning this game? Shoguns and that running attack, or Young Hoodie and that powerful offense he has?
That's why I said this is a great game because it's like
Man,
they're
I
so
can't just shoot out an answer to you. Like I'm going shit. I don't know, bro. Maybe after you separate them, I don't know.
I mean, I don't gotta go look at the win stats. I think they played this year. I did think the Jags did get them in the regular season. I mean, just to be fair, I'll go look at it. But what we're looking at is this. You ask yourself, how good is the Bills versus the run?
Yeah.
Because that's going to determine everything.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
I mean, against running teams, he hasn't really been too successful because I think he played me, Nano, and Shoguns, and Nano twice, and that's predominantly running teams, and I think he lost all of them. I think.
And me.
Is that a product
And
of
he
his team not being
too?
ready, or him not being able to stop?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah,
I think it's a
that's
little bit of
it's hard to
both.
say. It's a little bit of both. I would say that it's definitely a little bit of both.
So with that
Don't
being
look like
said,
he had to play the Jaguars this year. Bills didn't. Nope, they didn't play this year.
They didn't play.
They didn't play this year at all.
I thought the Shogun already beat them.
Yeah, I thought Shoguns played. They played this year. I'm looking at it. I'm up and down this roster. No, they didn't play this year. My thing is this. I'm gonna put it like this. I think Hoodie is good enough to have his team playing good football in the playoffs. I think Hoodie is good enough to say to Shoguns, I know your running back's the guy right now, but you're gonna have to. Trevor Lawrence gonna have to win this ball game. He's gonna have to make some plays to win this ball game for you. But then I come right back and look at how well Travis Etienne is, bro, and it's like we're looking at possibly the number 2 back in the league in the playoffs right now. You're not seeing nothing less than 30 carries with Travis. Anybody disagree with me there? He is not coming out without at least giving that man 30, damn near 40 carries in this game.
Yeah, I already know.
I definitely see it going. It's very much that way.
Definitely.
Max, who you got? Bills, Jaguars.
Give me Jags by 7.
Taking the Jags. I'm coming back to you, Craig. Who you got, buddy?
I got Bills by 3.
Yeah, see, we both got it close games. I don't got it being lopsided. I think Hoodie's too good of a coach, even though his team may be one season behind. And Shoguns, honestly, is at this point pretty calm in his days.
One season ahead right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't got it being oh my God.
Can Shoguns withstand a shootout though? Because that offense for the Bills is going to score points. Can the Jaguars withstand a shootout?
It depends, because ETN can still be very much part of the shootout. If it's like an asterisk, if ETN is locked, that's the story of the whole. Like that's the story of the season because they've been focusing on Trevor. That's the story of the playoff game because what I'm saying, if ETN gets locked, asterisk because it's an if. Can he shoot out, not a what I'm saying, a little frisking fight shootout? Can he shoot out like guns?
Right.
I mean, if it's a shootout, I don't. If it's a shootout, I don't think that's the type of game Shogun wants to play with him. But I have seen teams like even McCoy and them slow the game with run down, and it messes up the Bills.
I mean, 13-16 ball game, yeah.
It wasn't even too much to just after McCoy had the ball for long drag, and I think it just kind of just messed up his his flow of the game. He played at slower pace than he wanted to. So I think it's
And
still
he
there.
had
He
to
just
run
can't
the ball
control the
back.
pace.
Yeah, he had to run the ball
Uh-huh.
back. So again, you're right. If Travis Etienne
Yeah.
get it going, and he has to play, he do got that type of back in the backfield though. It's just that he's not called on as much as a Travis Etienne though. But that running back for the Bills is heavy, bro. That boy's a big body running back that got speed and trucking ability. So we shall see. This is gonna be an interesting game. This might be the
I
game.
think another thing to focus on is that the simple fact that the strength in the Jaguars defense is their DBs, and this is what the Bills are trying to like. We're not trying to do what they've been doing is passing. So like, will that be a matchup in the sense of can the Jacksonville strength hang with the Bills strength? Because that could easily just cause the game to like burst open like fireworks if they get out there and can't fucking guard a fly. Like that could turn the game.
Can the diaper dandy Chris Poole, play at the same level he's been playing all year in the playoffs? That's the question. Can we see a rookie receiver go crazy in the playoffs against a really, really good, strong secondary? Like you said, this is a Jaguars team that has a really good secondary. This is a big game, yo. This would be a hard game to pick if I had to actually pick. That's why I asked you guys.
It's definitely tough, bro. It's definitely tough.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I think it's gonna be a good.
It's one of my favorite games. As I said, it's one of my favorite games on the AFC side, if not my actual personal favorite game, because I've seen these other teams in the playoffs with chances. It's always like, I'm saying, the Bills for one, this is their first go around, and then they go against the team that during this part of the disc, got their first playoff win and then some. So like, I'm saying, it's still two very big tests, which is what you love to see.
All right, let's drop down to this 4 and 5 game. Why do I get this feeling when it comes down to the Patriots and the Broncos? Which Denver Bronco team gonna show up offensively? Is it gonna be the lure you to sleep team that'll give you, that'll play the play clock, run that bitch down on you, keep your fucking offense off the field, and pit long drives together, and force you into playing the type of football like think about it. The last time these two teams matched up, I didn't watch the game. I just heard Nano bitching about, man, he running the clock, nah, and it just looked like he just beating with play calling. He just beating with out coached you. Is we're gonna get that type of Broncos team, or is it gonna be the team that that throw the ball? Or they're throwing the ball, medium range throws, or hitting you on fire or outs. If you want cover 4, they throwing in the flats real fast to you. If you playing man, they taking you across the field and shit. Like they will tear you up in the seams. They throw the ball down the field, and not really attack you with a heavy run game. Or are we going to see Javonte Williams in a heavy run game in this game, knowing that the Patriots are going to be a heavy run team back?
I think Javonte gets 20 plus.
Yeah, I think
That's my
That's
my FanDuel bet right there. Javonte gets 20 plus.
Yeah, I can see that too. I can see that too.
Yeah, Javonte's getting 20 plus. I don't think there's any other way around.
Can this Bronco team stop J.K. Dobbins?
That's the story for me.
Yeah, that's the story.
Shit. Playoff JK hit a little different, man.
Yeah.
Playoff JK hit a little different.
Look, both of these teams bend but don't break on defense. Both of these teams got secondaries that's not going to give up the big play too much. You got the Patriots that have an iffy passing game where they can hit you with the big play if you really trying to stop that run game. They can catch you with a deep crossing route or a deep post. Can they get away with this game? Because the strength of the Broncos defense is that secondary. That's not the strength of the New England Patriots offense. They're not coming at you, spreading you out, throwing the ball over the park, and you getting 4 or 5 picks in the game. Caden Stearns picking shit off. Your DB's got to tackle today. Simple as that. They got to tackle. They got to come up and play.
Get off of blocks.
Get off, right. Get off blocks and tackle and shit. And you're looking at to do it at least 12 times a quarter. You gotta better make 12 tackles a quarter when you play the Patriots. Who you got, Max, in this game?
Oh, God. This is the hard one right here. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Oh, man. Give me Damn. give me the Pats. Give me the Pats.
Take the Patriots. How about you, Craig? Patriots, Broncos.
I'm gonna go with the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Pat. I gotta go.
I ain't gonna keep disrespecting him. I'm gonna make him lose. I'm gonna wait till he lose to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? I think he can pull it off. I do think it's a tough task. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be ugly. Though. It's gonna be an ugly game. I don't think it's gonna be no.
I think
It ain't gonna be no Black Nano. I put it like that. It's gonna be headset off Nano. It's gonna be headset off Nano. He gonna be dialed. Ain't gonna be none of that Black Nano.
Yeah, ain't gonna be on there talking about you butt bitch and
yeah, he ain't about to.
Don't touch my user, motherfucker, and all that shit.
See
nah,
the game going like that. Nano gonna have to dig a little deep for this one. It's gonna have to be in his soul. How bad do you want it? If you get sent home in the first round, can you handle it? Or will Nano be off till the motherfucking draft? Oh,
what happens? What happens if the Patriots lose this game?
I just told you, Nana gonna be off till the motherfucking
No,
draft.
my question is, they're Super Bowl champs, man. What happens if they lose this game? What's the conversation around the Super Bowl champs getting knocked out of the playoffs in the wild card round the following year? What's the conversation with that?
Did they tag
something that happens? It happens, you know. We get different bowl winners all the time, or is it like, damn, last year you was the man, homie? What the fuck happened to you?
That's what I said. I think everybody gonna ask, did they tag get pulled? They caught you. They caught you on tape. They caught you on 8K.
Man.
They hit you with the night vision. Oh, Lord.
Right, niggas on the Curve TV. They caught you on the Curve TV, nigga. What the fuck going on? All right, the last game for the playoffs right now, man. I'm gonna make this the biggest game. I'm gonna spotlight the fuck out of this game, and we're gonna put something on this thing right here, man. And look, bro, let's just call it what the spade is right now, man. Every time I turn around, somebody's accusing or somebody getting a second round pick from the Chicago Bears. The most dirtiest fucking coach in the league right now.
Oh, man, he's dirty.
These
bro.
motherfuckers don't follow nothing.
He don't even deny it neither.
At all. He don't follow shit. They don't follow nothing, bro. They done had 6 niggas on the field with COVID. They don't give a fuck out there in Chicago right now. He said, well, right, man, it's 10 degrees outside. Nobody catching no COVID and 10 degrees. What the fuck? So what?
This nigga didn't even. He said, so what today?
Yeah, so what? I ain't punt that shit. You ran this and you did this. I ain't punt. Fuck it.
Man.
But how bad, you know? Think about that taste the Cowboys had in mind. I mean, until the Cowboys got 2 second-round picks and the draft started, they were mad as fuck all year long, bro. Like, you know how many letters that got sent in from fans to me as a commissioner? Like, I got death threats, all types of shit out of Austin. Like all types of shit. You the worst fucking commissioner in the world.
Yeah, you know they be wilding out there.
Fuck you. We gonna kill you. You know what I mean? There was all types of shit going on right with this Cowboys team. Is this the game they want though?
Oh yeah, no other way.
Yeah.
No other way.
If you don't want it, you gonna lose. Cause you should want this shit.
You avoid a divisional. Because the chance of you facing one of the 3 divisional niggas, you avoid divisional. You avoid the Bucks, and you get the team that cheats.
And in real life, 2 weeks ago, he was in this same position. In real life, 2 weeks ago, he was playing this team, and at the end of it, he was, you know, screaming foul. This nigga did this, and that, cheated me. I lost by 8, and that's because he didn't punt the ball when he's supposed to punt the ball. And I lost that ball game by a score. Full circle right now to this day, they're right back in the same matchup again. If you the Cowboys, do you need any motivation? Like, do you need that rah-rah speech to your team, or is it already there? It's already there. It's here we go. We got exactly what the fuck we wanted.
If you ain't hyped the most hyped for this game, you lose. There's no
This ain't
way
what you wanted. This ain't what you wanted,
lose.
and deep down, like, you lose, bro. It's just,
deep down, I would have been sitting back and watching after every game. When I sat my starters the week 18 against the Packers, I would have been like, y'all sit and wait for Chicago. Pack your shit. Like, pack your shit. We're going to Chicago. Period. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, for surely, man.
They coming into
He
the
got him with
game.
this.
They coming into a game with a muddy running back, boy. That Joey Cummins is a fucking problem. And they coming into the game with a guy that's a fucking problem. And if there's one thing that the Chicago Bears have shown us over the time is they cannot stop the fucking run.
Mm-hmm.
Who do y'all got winning this ball game?
Fuck D West. I guess Snake.
Who you got, Max?
I got Snake by 7.
Man, I honestly think both of them get to come into this game with that. Oh, I got this bitch ass nigga again. All right, both of them got something to prove. And then I'm about to bust your ass because last time you cheated me. You said I cheated last time. This time I'm about to air you for real. Like this shit can go. Like the story will be told at the end of this game. If Snake wins, he is gonna murder him in chat. I would have beat you last year too if you ain't cheat, motherfucker. And if D West win, he gonna just call him a bitch ass nigga and shut up. I blew you out. Say I cheated now. So the story is gonna be talked about after this game for about the rest of that day, guaranteed.
And will we get a clean game?
Oh yeah. Nah, it ain't. Nah, you know, it's almost like.
Nah, the New York niggas is watching this.
Yeah, we watching this game. We ain't playing that shit. This gonna be the game where I'm gonna be one phone dial away from yo. Stop doing that shit right away. Punt the ball. I'm gonna be all over that shit. So no way that's happening this time around. Not at all. I mean, we got some really big matchups right now, man. We got some really big matchups, and you know, Vegas are picking. You know, you got some games where you can look at it and be like, well, nah, there's no way I'm picking against that game, this and that. Max, I'll ask you: is the unexpected going to happen in a wild card round? Are we going to see something that we don't expect to see happen in a wild card round?
I think so. I don't know where, but this
exactly.
It's too good. It's too good to be true that it just goes like. First off, some of these games are so damn good that it's like you could see either one of them going on to the next round. So it's like there's no real loser in that sense as far as like, seeing it. But some of these games is just like you say it because everybody in the playoff deserves that respect. But in your head and deep down, you got some guys winning some of these games, and you're like, yeah, they gonna win it. Like,
bad. Like they're gonna like beat the shit out of the team they got to play. Like bad.
Yeah, like some of them. Yeah, some people think that about some of these games. Just like I'm saying, like it's really, and those are the situations where it's like we gonna talk about it the next real talk or the next ball with the glue, and it's gonna be like. First things first, we're going to. Will it be Chicago?
When we advance from wild card to division, are we going to be like, I can't believe that just happened?
There's going to be one game up there. There's going to be. Just don't know which, and I think that's the scariest part.
I mean, we got to see it last year with the New England Patriots. Nobody believed it until it happened. Oh wait, no, he didn't. He did that. Oh wait, he did that too. He ain't gonna do that. He did that. Oh my God, Super Bowl champs. Like, is that, you know what I mean? Like, man, this is big. This is big time right now.
This might be one of the best. I ain't gonna lie. This might be one of the best playoff pictures.
With the Browns getting hosed, how about that, bro? That
Even with
fucked up.
With the Browns getting hosed, this is still probably one of the best playoff pictures. Obviously.
With the fucking Browns getting hosed right now, man. If I'm the Browns, I want the Dolphins on my schedule week fucking 1.
No later than week 3. Like, I want that shit early.
Do y'all think the better team got in?
That's a good question. I feel like I can't speak because I honestly.
Because will we be saying the Dolphins matchup was good if it was the Browns and Chargers?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna say at this point the best team did get in. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna go out on them and say that the best team did get in at this point.
As of right now.
Yeah, as of right now. You get a Browns coach a couple of more, like give him one more. Remember, this is, he ain't been around that long with the Browns team, so you got to give him some more time to get that team together over there and develop it. Something I'm dreading to go to. Let's just get to this award race right now because I'm pissed the fuck off. The Niners ain't play that game, bro. Lost me the fucking MVP that I worked so
No, they
hard
didn't.
for. That's the
Oh,
fuck
nah,
he
it
did. He went
definitely
dummies. That
did.
nigga
You know
went
it.
dummies on that 49ers game. He put all his niggas in place. Oh my god. All right, so you're looking at the MVP of the league
Wow.
hits Israel after a monster game versus the 49ers. He takes his first, comes in as a diaper dandy, and we have a first rookie to win the league's MVP. Hits
Wow.
Israel. Running and catching the ball out the backfield, he was a problem all year long. And he did. He came, he saw, he conquered. Shout out to King Falk and his young running back hits Israel on the league's MVP. First rookie we've ever seen do that. In Game of Thrones 3. We saw it happen in leagues before, but in Game of Thrones 3. So shout out to King Falk winning that award, man. We fought hard. We fought hard, bro. It just didn't fall our way, man. We did. We had a great game against the Bengals, and then we had the mighty Dolphins, bro. That really, is a strong team. There's no way, no way that after that 49ers game, there's no way we could have did anything against the Dolphins. That's trying to get in the playoffs right now. There's no way we would have been able to do anything to get that MVP, to win that MVP. So shout out to hits Israel for winning that thing. Coach of the year goes to, and Goat Falk wins that. Slides up and wins that at the end too. So shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. They win the Coach of the year. Let's look at the AFC. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Lamar Jackson. He wins that award. And the NFC, the Offensive Player of the Year goes to hits Israel, the running back. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Jet Black. Isaiah Simmons couldn't overcome that. Not in that 49ers game. He would have to play the D to do that. Plus that man had like 25 picks on the year. So shout out to young Foe with his rookie linebacker winning the Defensive Player of the Year award in the NFC. In the AFC, he said Cowboys double digits. Fuck that. Patrick Queen wins the Defensive Player of the Year award. I get host there, Anthony Israel, number 2 on this team. But Patrick Queen, shout out to the Shoguns and Jacksonville and bringing home the Defensive Player of the Year award this year. Offensive Rookie award goes to Chris Poole, the diaper dandy receiver for the Buffalo Bills, and Coach Hoodie. And the NFC, the diaper dandy goes to no under than hits Israel. He jumped right over top of Damian Rice, who had fucking like 50 touchdowns as a receiver, so he went fucking bonkers. But sorry, Damian, you lost that award too. Defensive Rookie of the Year in the NFC goes to Jet Black. Shout out to Foe for winning Defensive Player of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year. AFC Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Cedric Kidd. So Mike did it. He pulled it off, man. The linebacker balled out all year long, and he came back and brought the hardware home. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to young Cedric Diaper Dandy Kidd. Shout out. All right, best quarterback in the AFC went to Lamar Jackson. I think that's like his first one he ever brought home ever. And the NFC, Jerry Bradshaw, although Kyler Murray almost. What did you do in your last game? You held him off.
I had like 4 touchdowns and no picks.
Oh yeah, you held him off because he was right on your ass.
Yeah.
He was ready to jump your ass too. But Kyler Murray, man, I mean, he shot up to number 2, showing who he really is. Jerry Bradshaw, though, we talked about, it was conversation. Is he elite? Is he not? Is he a system quarterback? What is he? He's the best quarterback in the NFC at this point right now. Is this his first time winning this award?
Yes, sir. Lose a Kyler every year.
So shout out to Jerry Bradshaw. Let's look at the best running back goes to hits Israel. He wins that award. He's just bringing home all the hardware right now. That boy balled the fuck out as a rookie in the AFC. Our running back over there was Travis Etienne doing it again. Travis Etienne brings home the best running back award in the AFC. Best wide receiver award goes to Chris Poole. Shout out to the rookie diaper dandy, not only winning offensive player of the year. Wait, was that offensive player of the year one? Didn't he win an award already?
That was
Offensive rookie of the year. All right, he wins the best wide receiver award in the AFC. The NFC receiver goes to Damian Rice, no other. Henry Ruggs came in 2. Franklin came in 3. But Damian Rice, diaper dandy, man. We got a couple diaper dandies doing some big things this year. Best O-line in the NFC goes to Jeremy Huntington for the Cowboys. Shout out to Coach DC, Snake Eyes, and those Cowboys for winning the best offensive line award in the NFC. In the AFC, Pat Falk wins that for the Ravens. On defense, the best D-line goes to Petey Boulware. Shout out to Boulware for winning this award for the first time in the AFC. Our NFC defensive lineman goes to Andrew Leonard. Told y'all, man, premier pass rusher, balled out. Shout out to Coach Drew and the 49ers with Andrew Leonard. Best linebacker goes to Jet Black. That's his 3rd award he brings home this year. In the AFC, the best linebacker award goes to Adolphe Owe. Takes down Patrick Queen, even though Patrick Queen won Defensive Player of the Year award. So shout out to Adolphe Owe. Best DB goes to Martin Johnson. Jumps AI right now for the best DB award in the AFC. And in the NFC, it goes as follows. Ashari Croswell for the Coach Cardinals team. Brings home another award. They went dummies in the awards. The Cardinals showed out, showed off. The Saints showed out and showed off. The Bills and the Ravens showed out and showed off as well. That's your award winners. That's who did what, when, where, and how, man. Let's go look at the stats real fast and just shout out to our leaders in all these categories real fast. Let's get to the NFL. Your passing leader goes to Justin Herbert, 7,092 yards on the year, 67 touchdowns. 24 INT, 77%. Definitely think he's the completion percentage leader as well, and might even be the touchdown leader still. Yes, he is. 67. And again, like I said, 77%. Even though Elijah Manning was 75%, he still held it down with 77%. Rushing title goes to. We don't care about the carries, we care about the yards, and the rushing yard leader was Joey Cummings. Hits almost was able to pull that off. He couldn't go over that 300 mark. Tortured him. What did you get in that Joey Cummings? And he didn't even play his last game. That was a computer game for him. So Joey Cummings did it for 2,508 yards, but hits Israel 2,452. That was a good battle right there. The most touchdowns are going to be held by Ronald Jones. Again, 44 touchdowns. And the most rushing yards per game average was Joey Cummings with 147.5. Shout out to Snake on that. Now when we go to receivers, we're going to start with the catches right now. 2 diaper dandies and Damian Rice lost it by 1 catch. Chris Poole wins the most receptions, 140. Yards wise, he's the same guy, 2,861. When it comes down to yards per game, he averaged 178.8. Touchdowns, though, that number will change, and that will go to Damian Rice with 44 receiving touchdowns on the season right now. Oh, man. Let's go look at defense and see tackles first. If it's a computer team, I will not talk about it. All right, so Anton gets the Ray Louis the fourth with 142 tackles. He gets that. Tackle for loss leader is Ted Saragusa with 31 on the season right now. And the sack leader is Petey Boulware, averaging 20. Got 20 this year. He's the sack leader right now. Our INT leader goes to no other than Jet Black with 24. Shout out to Jet Black. He picked everything off all year long right now. Look at the deflections and see who did the what, when, where, and how. Martin and Israel tied for first with 16. Let's look at forced fumbles. Who caused the most fumbles on the year? Damon Tucker, the left end for the New England Patriots, caused 4 on the year. Touchdowns. Alright, Jet Black, not only did he pick it off 24 times, he took 9 of them back to the crib. 9 of them back to the crib. Oh my God. 9 of them things back to the crib. That pussy was getting to the end zone. Oh Lord. So shout out to Jet Black. Can't wait to see what he looks like next year in his sophomore campaign. Alright, fella, that's the yards, that's the stats, that's our records, our MVP awards, all those type of things went down. we'll be back on to talk about some of these games as they get played. You heard? And here's the franchise guru, as always, the squad, always helping hold me down when it comes down to co-hosting. Shout out to y'all. We're out there.